Our ancestors definitely had a dramatic streak when it came to the cities and monuments they crafted. They carved deep beneath the earth and reached boldly toward the skies, using forms and techniques that still leave us scratching our heads. Even today, many of the structures they left behind are so grand, so wildly intricate, that we're still puzzled over how, or even why, they came to be. In this video, we're diving into some of the most baffling ancient constructions ever discovered, with a few modern enigmas tossed in just to keep things interesting. Let's start off with number 15, the Dispilio tablet. Well, believe it or not, but this ancient tablet could completely rewrite the history of written language. Unearthed near Lake Castoria in northern Greece in 1993, it's believed to be over 7,250 years old, centuries older than the earliest known Sumerian scripts. That fact alone put it at the center of debate. Carved from wood, the tablet's age was verified through radiocarbon dating, but since there's nothing else written in the same script, its meaning remains a mystery. We don't know if it records a religious belief, a legal decree, or simply someone's food inventory. The symbols etched into it haven't been deciphered, and without additional examples, any translation effort is pure speculation. Some scholars are wary of moving the origins of writing away from Mesopotamia, which adds to the controversy. Still, if this tablet really does represent a form of written communication, it pushes the birth of writing further back than currently accepted and leaves the question open of which mysterious civilization deserves the credit. Number 14, Casa Dopaned. In the hills near Faf, Portugal, stands Casa Dopaned, a bizarre stone house that looks like a cartoon sketch dropped into reality. Built between four massive boulders, the structure sparked online chaos when it went viral. People thought it was fake, but it's totally real and lived in. It's also called House of the Rock, and its origins remain blurry. The owners never shared much, valuing privacy over publicity. That's likely why they chose a place this remote. No neighbors, no traffic, just rugged landscape. Over time, a fence was put up to keep onlookers at bay, but fans still visit the area to peek from afar. There's no concrete or modern architecture here, just raw nature wrapped around simple living. It feels more like a Stone Age survival bunker than a residence. Still, it might be the closest thing on Earth to what a real-life Flintstones home would look like. Number 13, Church of St. George. In the remote highlands of Lalibela sits an architectural wonder carved entirely out of volcanic rock, the Church of St. George, or Bet Georgis. It's one of 11 medieval churches sculpted straight into the earth between the 12th and 13th centuries, forming an interconnected network through narrow tunnels. Bet Georgis stands out, not just for its perfectly symmetrical Greek cross shape visible from above, but for the fact that it was chiseled downward into solid ground, then detailed from within. The craftsmanship is surgical, considering the basic tools available at the time. It plunges over 130 feet deep, yet the precision never falters. There's no electricity in the area, no roads either. Time stands still here. It's a place where the past hasn't faded. It's still breathing. No one truly knows how such intricate architecture was even possible under those conditions, but this church remains one of the most technically mysterious things on Earth. Number 12, Garam Cave. Malta's Garam Cave, aka the Cave of Darkness, holds far more historical weight than its ominous nicknames suggest. It's the island's oldest known site of human settlement, with signs of habitation dating back more than 7,000 years. Excavations revealed bones from deer, wolves, pygmy elephants, and even hippopotamuses, all layered beneath pottery shards and human remains. In deeper levels, researchers found Neanderthal tooth fragments, suggesting the site was occupied even before modern humans arrived. The most fascinating discovery is the overlap of Neanderthal and early human traces, hinting that both groups might have lived here during the same period. That challenges the long-held belief that Neanderthals and Homo sapiens never coexisted in this region. The cave extends over 500 feet into the limestone, and archaeologists believe more secrets lie further inside. Despite decades of exploration, Garam continues to offer evidence that reshapes how we view ancient life in the Mediterranean. Number 11. Grand Canyon Egyptian Mummies. The tale of the Grand Canyon's Egyptian-style mummies remains one of archaeology's most disputed stories. According to reports from 1909, explorer G.E. Kincaid and his associate S.A. Jordan, allegedly affiliated with the Smithsonian Institution, stumbled upon a cavern high in the canyon wall, several miles from Grand Canyon Village. Inside, they found armor, clay artifacts, wall carvings, and statues resembling ancient Egyptian design. Even more startling were burial chambers and mummified remains housed in niches carved into the rock. If their account is true, it would suggest transoceanic contact between ancient Egypt and North America, an idea long dismissed by mainstream historians. The story takes a strange turn. All recovered items were reportedly sent to the Smithsonian and never mentioned again. The cave itself was supposedly sealed and blasted shut shortly after. While skeptics call it a hoax, others wonder why respected figures would tie their names to something so bold without reason. Number 10. Vetivan Coil Temple. In Tamil Nadu, the Vetivan Coil Temple stands half-finished, yet more impressive than most temples completed in full. Dating back to the 8th or 9th century, it's the lone surviving monolithic temple from the Pandyan era. Entirely carved from a single rock, it was sculpted top-down, a technique that explains its contrasting appearances. The upper level is decorated with over 120 finely detailed religious figures, while the base remains crude and incomplete. According to regional legend, a father and son competed to finish rival temples. When it became clear the son would win, the father struck him down in a jealous rage, halting the project. The temple's name roughly means Temple of the Slayer, echoing the dark tale behind its abandonment. The story might be folklore, but the craftsmanship is very real. Even in its unfinished state, Vetivan Coil exudes a kind of raw sacredness that few finished temples manage to replicate. Number 9. Spider Cave's Rock Art of Valencia. Hidden in the hills of Valencia, the Coves de la Araña, aka the Spider Caves, house some of Europe's most striking examples of prehistoric art. Located in the Escalona River Valley, these caves served as shelter for ancient societies thousands of years ago. They remained unknown until the early 20th century, when schoolteacher Jaime Garria Forest stumbled upon them while hiking. Inside, archaeologists later found wall paintings depicting scenes of daily life. Among the most famous is the Man of Bicorp, a figure shown scaling vines to collect honey from a beehive. Other images show hunters armed with bows, tracking goats and other wild animals. Though difficult to date with precision, most experts estimate the artwork is at least 8,000 years old. The age, combined with the artistic detail, makes these caves one of Spain's most important archaeological sites. They remain a valuable link to the symbolic and ritual life of prehistoric Iberian people. Number 8. Maiishi Grottos. The Maiishi Grottos in China are a marvel of human persistence. Dating back roughly 1,500 years, over 7,000 Buddhist statues and murals are carved directly into the rock face, some inside nearly 200 small caves connected by wooden planks and rigid staircases bolted to the sheer wall. From afar, the cliff looks like it's riddled with holes, almost sponge-like. Up close, those cavities reveal a vast spiritual labyrinth. What makes this even more astonishing is that many of the statues weren't carved from the mountain itself, but hauled up from below, on foot, by hand, up a nearly vertical surface. No one knows how the builders accomplished such feats, or even why they chose this precarious location. The Maiishi Grottos remain one of China's most incredible Buddhist heritage sites, not just for their scale, but for the effort etched into every ridge and carving, a monument to vision, devotion, and determination against gravity. Number 7. Atlattals used by children in Oregon. In late 2019, a team working along the Oregon coast at a site known as Partee unearthed several ancient atlattals, spear-throwing tools, but they weren't full-sized. These artifacts were only about 1/3 the length of typical adult atlattals, leading archaeologists to consider a fascinating possibility. They were used by children. At first, the team debated whether the miniature weapons were tied to child combat training, but consensus shifted. It's now believed they served as learning tools for young people to develop accuracy and strength. The weapons date back approximately 1,900 years and suggest that children began training as early as age 8. Though bow and arrow technology eventually replaced the atlatl, these finds reinforce its importance in early North American cultures. The oldest atlatl ever discovered dates back over 17,000 years in France, showing that this weapon type emerged independently in different societies. They give a rare insight into how skills were passed down across generations. Number 6. Murals in Yuan Dynasty tombs. In July 2021, archaeologists working near Jinan City in China's Shandong province uncovered a set of 700-year-old tombs unlike anything previously documented in the region. 12 tombs were excavated in total, all dating back to the Yuan Dynasty. Most featured elaborately carved brick murals, many of which still retained vivid pigments despite the passage of centuries. One tomb was built from plain stone, but the others displayed intricate patterns, including floral motifs, mythical beasts, and stylized waves. The murals were created by carefully shaping bricks using wooden tools before assembling them into walls, an advanced technique for the time. Inscriptions found within the tombs identified the buried individuals as members of the Gao family. Although little is known about their background, the wealth required to create such richly decorated burial sites says they held significant status. Alongside the murals, archaeologists found bronze mirrors, coins, and personal items. Well, the Chinese are the best nation on Earth. Number 5. Eeka figurines and dinosaurs. The Waldemar Julsrud Museum in Acambaro holds a rare collection that still stirs controversy. Thousands of ceramic figurines, some depicting humans riding dinosaurs. The story begins in 1944, when Waldemar Julsrud, a German immigrant, stumbled upon a figurine while riding his horse. He offered to pay a local farmer 1 peso for each new piece found. Over time, that farmer delivered more than 32,000 figurines, many showing prehistoric creatures coexisting with humans. Testing later revealed most were modern creations likely made during the 20th century, possibly by the farmer and his associates. Still, questions persist about a handful of the figures, especially the one Julsrud originally found. Critics argue that artistic styles, weathering, and clay composition don't match ancient techniques, but a definitive answer remains elusive. While the majority are considered hoaxes, a sliver of doubt continues to fuel debate. Number 4. Tunnel beneath the Temple of the Feathered Serpent. In 2003, archaeologists unearthed a sealed tunnel beneath the ancient Mexican city of Teotihuacan. The excavation spanned more than a decade, and by the time they reached the end, over 50,000 objects had been recovered, including elaborate statues, jewelry, and ceremonial artifacts. The tunnel appears to have been deliberately sealed around 2,000 years ago, which preserved everything inside. What exactly it was used for remains unknown. Some experts believe the tunnel ends in a hidden royal tomb or burial chamber that could finally reveal who built Teotihuacan. Others think it might simply be a foundation ritual, placing offerings beneath new temples for blessings and prosperity. The tunnel runs directly beneath the Temple of the Feathered Serpent, and the placement of such a large cache of objects suggests the space held significant spiritual value. Whether burial site or ceremonial passage, it remains one of the city's most intriguing features, and its secrets are still only partially understood. Number 3. Adam's Bridge. India and Sri Lanka share deep cultural ties, and it seems they may once have had physical ties as well. A chain of limestone shoals stretches across the sea between the two countries, widely referred to as Adam's Bridge, or Ram Setu. Some geologists argue it's a natural formation, but others, including scientists and religious scholars, believe it's the remnants of an ancient man-made causeway. Hindu traditions describe it as the path constructed by Rama, an avatar of Vishnu, to rescue Sita. Historical records from medieval periods mention a walkable trail across the sea, further fueling the debate. One theory claims the bridge remained above sea level until a cyclone in 1480 caused it to collapse into the water. Still, questions remain. Who built it, when, and how? No single explanation has answered it all. So, is it real or just a myth? Number 2. Samurai coin hoard in Japan. Coin hoards are common archaeological finds, but few match the sheer scale of the jar found near Tokyo in 2018. This massive 15th century container held over 200,000 bronze coins and likely represented the life savings of a samurai warrior. Buried roughly 6 feet underground, the stash dates back to a period of civil unrest, when warlords frequently changed alliances and safety was never guaranteed. The coins, many tied together with strings, originated from both the Tang and Ming dynasties of China. Back then, it was common for regional shoguns to reward loyal samurai with Chinese currency, and 1,000 coins carried the value of roughly 1 ounce of silver. The burial suggests its owner intended to retrieve the wealth later, but never returned, possibly a casualty of one of the many conflicts of the period. Today, this extraordinary hoard stands as a silent account of financial survival strategies during one of Japan's most volatile centuries. Number 1. Rango tablets of Easter Island. While Easter Island is mostly known for its iconic stone statues, the lesser-known Rango tablets are just as captivating. These wooden planks are etched with a unique system of glyphs believed to have been made by the Rapa Nui people. The script, formed by a series of stylized symbols, runs in continuous rows and may have conveyed complex ideas, though no one alive can read them today. The most studied piece, the Berlin tablet, was recently reanalyzed by a team led by chemist Rafał Wieczorek at the University of Warsaw. Using radiocarbon dating and botanical testing, they determined the tablet was carved in the early 1800s and made from the wood of the Portia tree, native to the island. This challenged the theory that they were made from driftwood. A 3D scan of the tablet revealed previously unseen details, offering new leads in decoding the forgotten script. The mystery deepens, as much of the Rapa Nui culture vanished after European contact. Well, that's it for today. Be sure to like and subscribe, and we'll see you soon.